Hi everyone, this is Aaron for Zollotech. We're going to review the HTC Trophy. Now this has been out for a little while and I've been holding off reviewing it because I really thought maybe I should review it when Mango comes out for it. That's the update Microsoft will have for the operating system. But since every Windows phone will get that is running Windows Phone 7, I figured we'd just review it now. It's the first and so far only attempt at Windows Phone 7 that Verizon has. It's currently the only device with this operating system running on it on the Verizon network. It's a pretty nice phone, and it's a decent size. Let's talk about the design a little bit. The screen is a little bit bigger than an iPhone's, but a little bit smaller than some of the others, like a Samsung Focus or a Samsung Fascinate. They're kind of the same thing, except for operating systems, but it's a 3.8-inch screen, as opposed to 3.5 on iOS or 4.0-inch screen on the Fascinate. So overall it's nice, but it still has a 480 by 800 pixel resolution, so it's not bad. It does a pretty good job, and we'll show you that in a moment. On the front, just like any other Windows Phone device, it has home, search, and back. On this side, we have micro USB, a volume up and down rocker. On the top, we have sleep wake, 3.5mm headphone jack. On this side, we have a camera button. And on the bottom, we have our microphone. On the back, we have a 5-megapixel camera with a speaker and an LED flash. And we've got a battery underneath here. And let's pop this off quick so you can see that. Nice red look to it. And under here, way under here, is our SIM card, meaning this is a global phone. And it has some built-in memory as well. And we'll talk about that in a moment. So overall, it's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and turn it on. We'll do that here by holding this. Now the phone is booting up. You can see it went from Verizon to Windows Phone, and here we're at the home screen. Now with any other Windows Phone running Nodo right now, the screen's going to look the same with the exception of maybe a couple different apps like My Verizon Mobile. Other than that, you're going to have the same thing on every Windows Phone. I'm not going to talk about the operating system because the operating system is what it is. It's Windows Phone 7. I personally like it. I know there's pretty mixed feelings on it, but you've got all of your options here. And they included Slacker, radio, sound enhancer, photo enhancer. Some of these are HTC apps like the Hub, and everything else is pretty much the same except for the Verizon Mobile app that they included for Verizon, which makes sense, and they do that on Android as well. Now the phone itself takes pretty good pictures. I actually took a picture here. We'll go ahead and into the camera, and I'll show you that. I took a picture of an Apple TV remote, and it does a nice job with its 5-megapixel camera. And zoom in here, and you know, it's not outstanding, but it's pretty good, and I think it's going to be satisfactory to most. The phone itself feels really nice in your hand. It's got a nice rubbery back grip to it, and is a nice size. Just for comparisons, I have a Samsung Fascinate, which is similar to the Focus, but you can see this is a 4-inch screen. This has a 3.8-inch screen, so it's right in the same size. It's close. I tend to like the 4-inch a little bit better, but 3.8 is nice. It feels right as far as using it. There isn't anything awkward about it. It's not too large, it's not too small, so I think it'll be pretty good for most people. And it's nice and hefty in the sense that it's not heavy, but it feels well built. And I think that's definitely a nice thing and typical of HTC devices. Overall, it's a great device. I think it's a great start for Verizon on their network. HTC makes good audio outputs, so you have decent sound there. The camera's good. There's a couple bad things about the phone. You have the camera, this little kind of unit that's right here in the back. It's all one piece, and you have your speaker, camera, and flash, and it sticks out. So my concern is, you know, you lay it down on a table or whatever that way, and you don't have it in a case, you have a chance of actually damaging that, I guess. Now, obviously, I haven't used this long enough to experience that, but you do run the risk of that. The other thing I find annoying on some Windows devices, and this one also, is say you're holding the phone like this. You go ahead and turn it on. I find a lot of the time that I actually hit the camera button, and in hitting the camera button, you bring up the camera app, which is nice because you can get into the camera, but it also is a pain when you don't want to be in the camera. If you pull it too tight, if you're pulling on the rocker volume, sometimes you hit this down here. It might just be the size of my hands as opposed to others, but I find that pretty annoying. But other than that, the hardware is solid, feels good. overall is just as good as any other Windows phone, and other than maybe lacking an OLED or an AMOLED screen rather that the Focus has on AT&T, I think it's one of the nicest Windows Phone 7 devices. There are a few different options out there, but not on Verizon. And if you really are looking for Windows Phone 7, and you know they're going to be updating it in the fall here, I don't think you're going to be disappointed with this phone. It's just pretty solid overall, looks good, feels good, and is a good choice for Windows Phone 7. If you have any questions that you want to know about the phone specifically, or if you have any questions even on Windows Phone 7 that I haven't answered, that you don't see in other videos, I've done quite a few different videos on Windows Phone 7. Be sure to check those out. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them, as always, and thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.